In 1986, a bus carrying 23 passengers vanished without a trace near Highway 47. All investigators found was an abandoned car on a dark stretch of road, documented in this local missing persons report. But if you look closely at the background of that original 1986 crime scene photo, there is a chilling anomaly. Standing next to the abandoned car are two terrified teenagers. Those teenagers, Aarav and his cousin Neel, were not alive in 1986. They took a summer road trip down this exact section of Highway 47 just a few months ago. This diagram illustrates the layout of Highway 47. Notice the flashing path branching off into blank space. That is Exit 9, a phantom corridor that materializes only after midnight, and one that local truck drivers refuse to acknowledge. To understand how two modern teenagers were retroactively burned into a 1986 crime scene, we have to follow them down a road where the years begin to fold on top of one another. The trap requires a specific set of variables to trigger. A traveler must reach this isolated stretch of Highway 47 at exactly 1:13 a.m. At that precise moment, the vehicle's navigation system glitches. It overrides its own programming to issue a single impossible command: turn right toward the non-existent Exit 9. The car does not wait for a driver's input. The steering wheel jerks on its own, pulling the vehicle off the asphalt and onto an old, fog-covered dirt road, where the sounds of the wind and engine instantly vanish. 10 minutes down this road sits a flickering gas station. An old man stands outside to deliver the primary rule of the corridor. Arriving after 1 a.m. makes the road inescapable. The evidence of this isolation is immediate. When the boys look back at the path they just traveled, the dirt is perfectly smooth. The car has left no tire tracks. Exit 9 acts as a one-way spatial valve. Once a traveler crosses that threshold at 1:13 a.m., their physical connection to the geography of the real world is severed. Once that connection is broken, the environment turns hostile. The gas station lights shut off, dropping the travelers into absolute blackness as the fog becomes too thick to see through. Deep inside that fog, the sound of dozens of phantom car engines revs to life. Disembodied whispers rise from the mist, commanding the boys to stay on the road and never look outside the glass. Then the inhabitants appear. They are tall, thin figures with pale faces, empty eyes, and wide smiles carved directly into their skin. These entities are the end stage of the anomaly, the 23 bus passengers from 1986, now warped into mouthless sentinels by decades of stasis. To break out, the car must reach extreme physical velocity. Accelerating to 100 miles per hour is the only way to shatter the boundaries of the corridor and force the vehicle back onto the documented highway. This 100-mile-per-hour threshold is the only way to outrun a space that is already beginning to claim them, turning its victims into the same mouthless, smiling things that now surround the car. As the car hits top speed, the fog instantly gives way to morning sunlight. The boys find themselves back on the normal Highway 47, surrounded by regular traffic. This timeline reveals the logic of the trap. While Aarav and Neel experience 10 minutes of terror inside the corridor, the car clock shows it is 1:14 a.m. Only 60 seconds have passed in the real world. While they escaped the physical road, the 10 minutes they spent inside that loop did not simply vanish. The anomaly dropped that experience into a different part of the calendar. When Aarav searched the archives for the Black Creek County disappearance, he found the news article from 1986. There, in the background of the original blurry photograph, were the two boys standing beside their car. By the time the car hits the 100-mile-per-hour escape velocity, the loop has already closed. The road has mirrored their presence back into 1986, ensuring that even after they make it home, their terrified faces will remain caught in a 40-year-old photograph forever.